Bitch, this tea's hot. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I told you guys I was going to try to be more consistent, so here I am. Okay, so today I'm going to be telling you guys the story about the worst first date ever. Like really, you guys could tell me you had a bad first date, but I promise you it does not amount to as bad to how bad this one was. Like this one was just fucking terrible, guys. So this story takes place at the beginning of this year, so about 11 months ago, 10 or 11 months ago, and I was living in San Antonio by myself at the time. So when I moved out to San Antonio, I didn't really know anybody over there. Like I didn't have friends or anything, so I was by myself. So about a month into living there, I decided to get on Tinder. And I didn't get on Tinder trying to find a boyfriend or nothing. Like, those weren't my initial intentions moving out to San Antonio anyway. It was just, I had been living there for a while and I had no friends, you know? So it was crazy. Like, I was always at home or I was doing things by myself and I kind of wanted to find friends. So I joined Tinder and I did it to where, like, I'm interested in both. So that, like, girls would show up and guys would show up. But for some reason, like, girls, I just wouldn't match with any. Like, girls did not want to be my fucking friend. And in my bio, it said that I wasn't looking for a relationship, that I was there just trying to make friends because I was new to San Antonio, you know? So it was cool. Like, I had guys message me and be like, hey, like, we're going to be at Lush Club tonight. Like, you should come out. And then I was like, yeah. So I'd meet up with them, and it was never anything like we were there, like, to be on a date. Like, they never picked me up or anything. It was like I was there. And that's how I kind of started to get to know some people in San Antonio. You know, it was like I would meet them at the club because somebody invited me. So it was cool. Like, I was making friends. And then he was actually the first guy to ask me out on a date. So James messages me on Tinder, right? And we matched or whatever. So he's like, hey, like, I think you're really pretty. You seem really cool. We should go out to a movie sometime. And I was like, okay, like, yeah, for sure. So then we talked a little bit more, just kind of like, what side of town do you stay on? And stuff like that, you know? So I was like, oh, okay. So we just, like, exchanged information. He started to text me. And that same night, we decided to go out, just, you know, just to a movie. So I was like, okay. So all I knew about him was that his name was James. He was about 20. He was 20. I was 18 at the time. So yeah, he was 2 years older than me, so he was 20. And we went to go watch a movie. I can't even remember the movie. So I picked him up, and he lived, like, literally, like, a street away from the movies. So I picked him up, and he lived, like, in this cute little, like, it looked like an apartment complex, and it was on a nicer side of town, you know? So I was like, okay, cool. So I picked him up, and we went to the movies. And so we're there, and we're talking, like, outside the movies, and he was just asking me, like, oh, like, are you from here? And I was like, no, I just moved here, really. And he was like, oh, me too, like, I'm here from Chicago. Where are you from? So I was like, oh, I just moved here from El Paso, Texas. And he started telling me, like, yeah, I had to move because I started to get in some trouble with, like, the law over there. So it was just real hot for me, so I moved over here. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, I just moved out here because I just kind of wanted, like, a new beginning, you know? Like, I've never been the kind of girl to get myself into trouble. Well, that's not true. You guys are going to see that, like, I do get myself in a lot of sticky situations because of the choices that I make. But I'm not the kind of person that, like, if I know something's illegal, I'm doing it. Do you get me? Like, I'm not the kind of person that willingly, knowingly puts myself in those situations. Do you get me? That just happens to be the outcome for me. So, yeah, I was like, no, like, I'm just here just because I wanted, like, a brand new start, you know? So he's like, yeah, true. Well, like, I haven't gotten into any trouble out here, so I'm good out here. And I was like, okay, good. So we bought, like, popcorn and drinks or whatever, and right before we went into the movie, he got, like, a FaceTime call. So I was like, okay, like, whatever. So he picks it up, and then he's like, hey sis, like what's up? And then she's like, where are you? And then he's like, I'm at the movies. And she's like, with who? And he like turns the camera over to me, and I'm just like, hi. And then she's like, hi. And then when he turns it back to him, she's like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Weren't you, I thought you were going to be back with so-and-so, you know? Like, I thought you were going to be back with so-and-so. And then he's like, nah, man, fuck that bitch. She ain't shit. And I was like, you got a girl? Do you got a girl? You know? So, like, I'm just, like, real fucking confused while he's on the phone. Cause, no, if you got a bitch, this tea is too fucking hot. Ugh. Okay, so if you got a bitch, I don't want you to even hit me up. I don't even want you to look my way. Like, that is drama that is so unnecessary that I don't tolerate. If I know you got a bitch, I'm not gonna be your side bitch. I'm not gonna be your side piece. I'm not gonna be none of that. If I'm gonna be your bitch, I'm gonna be your main bitch, and that's it, you know? So, I let him get off the phone, and I was like, I was your sister? He's like, nah, she's just my best friend. And I was like, I was like, you got a girl? Like, straight up. Like, I was like, look, I won't get mad. I'll go drop you off, and I'll go my own way. Like, it'll all be good. Like, if you got a girl, please just tell me, because I don't play that shit. And he's like, no, I don't got a girl. Like, she was just asking about my ex, but, because we've kind of been talking, but I know that she still has her boy and shit. So I was like, all right, whatever. So we go into the movie, and, dude, the movie hadn't even started. We were in the trailers. Okay, and he turns around and he's like, all right, so be real with me. And I was like, what's up? He's like, trying to fuck with me? And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, you're trying to be my girl. Just be real with me. Like, I'm not going to waste my time. Are you trying to be my girlfriend? And I was like, dude, I just moved out here and, like, I don't even know you. And he's like, yeah, but within the 5 first minutes, you should already know whether or not you're trying to fuck with me, you know? And I was like, I just kind of want to see where this date goes. Like, I'm not going to tell you that I'm trying to be your girlfriend if I don't know anything about you yet, you know? Like, I don't know the kid's last name. I don't know anything about him except what he's told me. And what he's told me is that his name is James. He's 20 years old. And he's here from Chicago because he got in trouble with the fucking law, you know? Like, I was like, you're weird. Like, I was just like, dude, like, let's just watch the movie, see how the date goes, and then, you know, like, I'll give you an answer by the end of the date, whatever, right? So then, he was like, alright, for sure. So, I swear to God, this movie was so fucking boring. We were, like, 10 minutes into the movie, and he's like, you're trying to bounce? And I was like, yes. That's exactly what I'm trying to fucking do. So, we went out to eat. And while we're eating, like, you know, like, we're having good conversation, guys. Like, me and this guy are really starting to kick it off. I thought he was super cute. He thought I was super cute. Like, it was, you know, it was a good date besides what he had told me and besides, like, that weird fucking call. It was an okay date. So then, like, he was like, so what? Like, do you know now if you're trying to fuck with me? And I was like, okay, like, I'm not gonna say, I just told him, I was like, I'm not gonna say I want to be your girlfriend. But I would like to get to know you. Like, I am willing to, you know, like, go on another date with you. And he's like, alright, for sure. Like, he's like, what's, like, one thing that's, like, a big no-no for you, though? Like, what's something that's, like, a complete deal breaker? And I was like, honestly, I don't know. And then, like, as a joke, I was like, just don't try to kill me. Like, if you're trying to kill me, just don't. And then he didn't even laugh, and I was like, I'm kidding. Like, it was a joke. And he's like, no, I know, but, like, straight up, I can't guarantee you that. And I was like, so I was like, wait, are you serious? Like, I was kind of, like, laughing because, what the fuck? What the fuck? Who says that, you know? So he's like, you want me to be real with you, shawty? And I was like, please. And he's like, well, my ex-girl, let's just say she's not really around no more. And I was like, no. Well, I was like, you didn't kill her. Like, there's no way. And he's like, nah, not me personally, but I do got people that do shit for me. And they had it handled. And I was like, what? What? Like, I was like, oh my god. So after this, like, I don't know why I went on with the date. Okay, you guys are gonna be like, Frida, you were asking for it. So then I was like, so if we break up, you're gonna have somebody kill me. And then he's like, nah. Like, old shawty deserved it because she was cheating on me. She was out here making me look stupid. Like, as long as you don't make me look stupid and you're real with me, you'll be good, shawty. Like, all I'm asking is for you to keep it real. And I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking cheat on you. And then he was like, you have nothing to worry about, right? And I was like, I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. We don't have anything to worry about. So then he's like, Shorty, I don't really want to go home. Like, can I spend the night with you? And I was like, no, not at my place. Because where I was living, it was an Airbnb, but I didn't live there completely alone. Like, the owner of the house lived there too, but I had the whole upstairs for me, and she had her whole downstairs. Like, it was rare, kind of like when we interacted. But still, like, I just thought it was disrespectful to be bringing people over into her home, you know, especially a guy I just met. You know, like, no, it's just a dangerous situation overall. So I was like, no, we're not spending the night at my house. And I was like, I will spend the night with you, though. Remember that I was the one who had a car. I was mobile. If anything, I could leave whenever I wanted, you know? So then he was like, we can't do that. And I was like, why not? Like, do you live with your parents? And he's like, nah, like, I told you my parents stayed over in Chicago. And I was like, oh, then why can't we kick it at your place, you know? Like, and then he was like, I don't want to keep secrets from you, so I'm going to be real with you, okay? And I was like, okay. And he's like, it's because I share a room with one of my exes. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, like, I moved out here with my best friend, but I used to date his sister. And so when we moved out here, I moved out with his sister, and obviously we were sharing a room, and we broke up, but we still share the same room. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, so that's your girl? He's like, no, that's not my girl. Like, we're not fucking every night. We don't do nothing of that. Like, we just share a room. And I was like, y'all sleep in the same bed together? And he's like, yeah, we sleep in the same bed together. I'm not no dumb bitch. I know they were probably fucking. I know that. I know that for a fact, and I stand by every side. There is no way you're sharing not only a room, but a bed with somebody who used to be your significant other, and you're not doing anything. Calm the fuck on. I'm not no dumb bitch. I know how shit plays out, you know? So I was just like, man, that's your girl. And he's an ex-boy, that's not my girl. Like, I put it on everything. I put it on my parents. Like, that is not my girl. And I was like, I don't know then. I was like, but I'm not going to spend the night with you. Knowing that your ex-female lives there, because that's unnecessary drama. I just met you, and I am not going to put myself through that drama because it's not worth it. And I am not letting you into my home. I want us to, like, spend the night somewhere? Okay, I will. I don't mind spending the night with you. And I was like, but it's going to be to get to know you, homie, because I'm not going to fuck you. I don't know you, you know? So he's like, all right, well. And so I just told him, like, I want you to just keep it real with me. Like, tell me everything that I should know now. Because I'm not going to go spend the night with you and then just, you know, like, no. So then he's like, all right, shawty, well, there's not much you should know. There's just something that I don't want it to be a deal breaker for you if you find out later on. And I was like, okay. So he tells me that he's a blood or whatever, you know? So I was like, oh, are you now? And he's like, yeah. And, like, you know, like, little talk, he would always, like, hint it. Like, I was like, what's your favorite color? And he'd be like, red. Like, you should know that by now, shawty. And I was like, oh my God, why am I here? You know? So then, from the movies, we decided that we were going to spend the night at a hotel. So then, from the movies to my, to where I was living, like, to my Airbnb, my home or whatever, it was a good 40-minute drive, guys. And it was the worst fucking drive, bro. Like, instead of, like, you know, when I'm singing to songs, I'm like lip singing, I'm going like this, I'm driving, I'm doing my thing, you know. But I swear to God, we were driving and he would be doing like gang signs and going like, so woo, like, dude, every 5 minutes. Let me show you guys. Let me impersonate what the entire 30-minute drive back to my house was like. So woo! So woo! So woo! That was just the drive home, guys. Imagine the drive back. So anyway, we drove to my house just because I had to get clothes, like, to sleep in, but I told him, like, stay in the car, like, you're not coming in. So we pulled up to my house, and my house... Hi, Princess. Wanna be in the video? So I go get my stuff or whatever, and I come back out, and we drive to the hotel. So we're driving to the hotel, and this kid is just fucking weird, yo. Like, just fucking weird. So anyway, I had told him it was cold in San Antonio about this time, so it was still like the roads were a little icy. And before starting to drive, I had told him, like, yo, I'm gonna be real with you, like, I'm not the best driver. And then I was like, especially here, since I don't know my way around, like, I'm not the best driver. And I was like, so if you're ever scared, just let me know. And he was like, oh, all right, like, do we need to make a safe word or anything? And I was like, nah, like, just tell me you're scared. And he's like, nah, like, I'm not gonna be scared. And I was like, all right, like, okay. So guys, we're fucking driving, and there was this road that we had to get on the highway that we had to take to get to the fucking hotel. And the street was one of those streets that does a full circle and then kind of like goes down and does another full circle. So we went down the first circle, and it was a little slippery. So when we come out and we start going on the next circle, guys, I lost control of the wheel. And my car started going, you know, like, I started swerving everywhere, and I was like, oh my God, and I lost control of the wheel, and the car is going like this, and he's holding on to the thing. He's like, I'm scared, guys. And I was like, oh my God, like, I wasn't even scared, like, I was like, fuck, like, you know, like, I was more focused on what I was doing, like, trying to get control of the wheel again, while he's, I'm scared, this guy, oh my God, I was like, what the fuck. So then, yeah, my car swerved out of the street, and we kind of like landed in a ditch, but my car didn't do turns or anything, just like fell into a ditch, and I was like, fuck. So I just reversed out of it, like it was a ditch that I could jump out of, you know. So I just reversed out of it and got back onto the road like nothing happened, because I was not about to file a fucking police report or none of that shit. I asked him, you good? He's like, yeah, Shawty, I'm good. You good? And I was like, yeah, I'm good, you scary ass, you know. So I was like, whatever. So we started driving, and we got to this one hotel, and because neither of us were 21, we couldn't get the room. And so then we went to another hotel, and at this hotel, like, we had called and we had asked them, like, hey, can we get a room, like, even if we're not 21? And they were like, yeah. So we went to this hotel, and we get there, and they're like, oh, like, neither of you are 21? And we were like, no. And then they were like, so you can't get the room. And we're like, what the fuck? Like, we kind of already made the reservation. Like, you guys told us that we had to be, we could be 18 and we could get a room. And they were like, nah, like, there's no way. Like, I'm sorry, these are just our policies. And he started to get real fucking mad. And I was like, yo, like, chill. It's never that deep, you know? So, you guys know how, like, there's some streets that are, I don't know how to say, like, elevated. Like, you're on the highway and you could see buildings kind of, like, up here because they're obviously, like, on a higher street, you know? I didn't realize that we were in one of those buildings, guys. So, it was dark, my car, it was a shitty car. So, like, the lights, guys, I would have to have my brights on and I could barely see. You get me? Like, my car was shitty. So, it was already night. It was already, I want to say, like, 11 at night. Maybe 12. And so, I was driving out. We were about to go to, like, our last hotel. And if that hotel didn't take us, we just weren't going to get a hotel. So, I'm driving out. And next thing I know, guys, we're like in midair, falling. My entire car is in midair, falling. And I was like, what the fuck? I didn't realize we were elevators. So we fell like a good, maybe 5 feet, maybe, I don't know. It couldn't have been 5 feet. It had to be a lot more than that because that fall was fucking crazy. So, you would think that my car fucking broke, right? No, my car was a fucking trooper. So then he's like, yo, let me check your dashboard. And none of my lights were on, but it sounded ugly. Like, when we fell, like, there was no way my tires couldn't have popped, you know? So then we're driving, and, like, everything was fine. My car was going fine. It was like, that had never happened. I was like, I'm sorry. Like, I really didn't see that. Like, I didn't. And he's like, nah, it's okay. Like, I didn't see it either. And I was like, okay. So we're driving, and my GPS says 1 minute away from the hotel. So meaning that, like, the next turn I took was my hotel. And we're driving, and we hear a huge fucking pop, bitch. My tire fucking popped. So I was like, oh my god. And it wasn't like my tire got flat or anything. That bitch whole ass fucking popped. But luckily, he worked at a fucking, like, he was a mechanic. He worked, like, at a shop, you know? So, he pulled out the spare tire, and we pulled over, and luckily, like, where my car stopped, it was where, like an 18-wheeler company, like, where they, you know, drive in and drive out. So, they had the correct equipment, and I got to, we put a spare on my car, and then we made it to the hotel. We spent the night at the hotel. Everything at the hotel was super normal. Like, he was a cool guy and everything, you know? But then, yeah, like, it was a good night, but the entire night, he was just being himself. Like, I swear, like, random times he'd just be like, so, woo! And I was like, what? And he's like, nothing, shawty. And I was like, so I made sure that, like, I told him, I was like, you know what, I have class at 7 in the morning, so I have to drop you off, like, at 6. And he's like, yeah, no issue. So we woke up super early, like, at 5, signed out of the room, and left. And after that, he still hit me up so many times, like, shawty, I'm really feeling you. Like, I want to kick it with you. Let's do something. But I was like, no. First, let me just sum all this up to you guys. Let me sum up the entire night for you guys. And guys, you guys forgot something. Okay? He fucking told me that he was still fucking with one of his exes, even though she had a man. He lived with one of his exes currently at the moment in time. He was living with her, sharing a bed with her. He had one of his girlfriends killed or handled. And he couldn't stop saying so woo or throwing up gang signs every fucking 5 minutes. Did I forget something? That was just horrible about him? No, he was just the kind of person that I could not spend my time with. Like, that's fucking crazy. Don't leave me. Like, that's just fucking crazy. You know, like, what a weird fucking guy. And then, like, a month after that, he did text me, like, yo, shawty, fuck you. You ain't shit. Like, you think you too good for me? You're not too good for anyone. Like, no bitch is ever gonna be too good for me. You think you above me? Like, I was like, oh my god. So I blocked his number, and I never, luckily, ever ran into him ever again. James, if you're out there, don't hit me up, and don't hit anybody up, actually. And girls, if you think you're talking to James, send me a picture and I'll let you know whether or not it's him, because he is one scary ass dude. He's just a weird, and yeah, that boy was just fucking weird. It had never fucking happened, but yeah. So if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click on the bell icon to get notified every single time I post a new video. I'm hoping to film some more soon and get to you guys with more content. Let me know what I could do different. Let me know what kind of videos I should do next. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So, woo!